Today, I'm going to be showing you every nade that you need to know for CT and T side for Inferno. But before we get started, I need you guys to copy the command that's in the description, and it is a jump throw bind. Paste it into your console, press enter, and now you have Alt as your jump throw. Now, what is a jump throw? So when you've got a nade and you're holding mouse 1, which is how you use a jump throw, and you press your jump throw key, it's going to throw the nade perfectly every single time. Very important for doing certain nades, as it gets rid of any sort of inconsistency. So first, we're going to start off with the T side. First one is pretty simple. It's how to smoke far short. Come to this corner, look at the window, jump throw. The next is how to molly apps. So when you're mollying apps, you want to look at the shadow, and you're going to mouse 1 jump throw when the bridge disappears from your view. So it's going to look something like this. There's a second molly that you can do to molly deep apps. Maybe the CT's like playing here. So you come to this corner until you're stuck. You look at the bottom left of the flower pot, and you're going to run throw, but you're going to let go basically after 1 second. So when you do this molly, it actually mollies right and the left side. You can also do it with a flash instead of a molly. So that way your teammate on T stairs can actually clear apps. Once you're in apps, you're going to need to be able to flash into boiler. Sometimes the CTs play close with shotguns. Come to this wall, aim right here, mouse 1, and it's going to pop flash in boiler for your teammate in balcony. This is actually how you smoke off long. Come to this part of the bricks, aim at that broken bit, aim between the antennas, and just mouse 1. So next we have the short smoke. Come to this wall until you can't move anymore, like this. Aim at that part of the roof, mouse 1. You can also smoke long from the same spot, but you need to move forward just a tiny bit until you can see both sides of the door. You aim at this part of the 2 wires in the middle, and we're going to walk through it, but we're going to let go basically immediately. Third smoke you can actually do from top mid is you come to this part of the wall until you can see the pipe, and this is how you smoke off Guardian. You just mouse 1 throw when you're in between the 2 little metal railings. So for top mid, obviously to get out you need a flash, and if you're the Mexico player, you want to jump up, go to this part of the wall, and this is the short flash. So once you've been flashed out top mid, there are a few nades you need to know, and one of them is for a mid to B split. So if you're stuck here because there's an AWP library or long corner, just do this smoke, aim like here, and just jump throw, and it's going to bounce pretty weirdly, but it does actually stop the CT from seeing anything. Sometimes there's an AWP at any post on front side, and you're not really going to be able to get out. So the way we actually counter this is we grab our smoke, we line up the back of the boiler, and we aim just above the window, and you're just going to run through. You can even do it with a flash, and it's going to smoke front sight. Now obviously once front sight smoked, they can actually go behind triple default box, so you just need to bounce a molly off, and it's going to stop the AWPer from being able to peek. So if you're an apps player and you want to actually, maybe you want to go B, you want to fake A, you can actually smoke long and molly on top of the balcony. So you come here, aim at this part of the balcony. To smoke long, aim at the corner of the leaf, and to molly on top of the roof, kind of want to draw a diagonal line and meet in the middle. You can also do this flash as well, and it looks something like this. So the dude on the balcony, he is mollied off, this dude's flashed, this dude's flashed, this dude's smoked off. So it's kind of a way to completely fake top mid on your own. The apps player also needs to know a couple more smokes, and one of them is the balcony one way. So come to this part of the door in the middle, and there's a white brick, and you just want to mouse 1 throw. And it's going to bounce a few times, but it will land, so do not worry. And it's going to give you a one way for sight. The next nade you need to know if you're an apps player is the balcony flash. You come to this part of this arch and you crouch and mouse 1, and it's going to flash all of sight and pit. So next we have B nades. Now there are 2 nades that you can throw from T spawn as a T that are really helpful. First one is the Fnatic smoke. This is the fast CT smoke. So you come to this barrel, you're going to aim right here, we're going to walk throw it. But you throw it when your crosshair gets to the middle of this brick here. So it looks like this, and you jump throw at that. It does actually land before you get into B. So the second nade you can do, you've probably heard it, window flash. Now there are 2 different types of window flashes. You can either throw from here or you can throw from there. It's a very small difference, but that is window flash. So this is actually a tip for if you're trying the molly card. Do not molly like this. It's very easy to miss. I did just then. Okay, you've just mollied off your team. Instead, when you're doing a B play and you're trying to molly card, bounce to this part of the wall, aim at this part of the tree, and you're just going to run through, and you're going to let go pretty fast, and it's going to molly on the barrels, and it's going to stop the CT from peeking behind the barrels, in front of the car. So once you've got top banana, your teammate's probably going to ask for a half wall flash. Now I see a lot of people doing this flash. This is really bad. Instead, line up with this metal pole, metal pipe, whatever, and you're going to aim at the first pillar, and you're just going to mouse 1. So once you've got top banana and you want to execute B, this is how you smoke CT. This is how you smoke coffins. This is God Flash. It is a jump throw, and it flashes all of sight. The next we have is the 3 very important Molotovs for B. The first one is emo. You come to this corner till you can't move. Line up with the brick and this like line, and then the yellow wall, and you just jump throw. Next one is the first box molly. You want to line up with this. Kind of like a straight line from this little black line. That's how I remember it. You just jump throw. Next, we have the new box molly. You come to this part of car and you aim right there and you jump throw. There is a 4th molly that you might want to know. If you're here or here, it doesn't really matter. You can molly new box by looking at this little chimney. It lands behind new box. It's perfect. So that's for emergencies, but that's how you do that. Now with CT nades, there are a few nades that you guys need to know if you're playing B. First one is car one way. So you want to come to this corner, aim just this part of the antenna and mouse throw. Then for fallen flash, which is the flash banana, you want to aim at this part of the roof and you want to throw this at 144, 145, and it flashes all of banana. If you're ever trying to take banana and you're trying to do deep molly or close molly, all you need to do is you need to bounce the molly off of this part for close, and deep molly, you kind of just want to aim at that little lamp. Now with deep molly, you kind of want to throw a smoke first, but if you've just got a molly, that's how you molly banana. So if it's late round on B and you want to get some information, maybe you've got an AWP, a good thing to do is you line up like this. Okay, it doesn't really matter where, but you want to make sure that you're able to see this little wood bit here, and you want to align it with this metal bit. So it looks something like this. It's a jump throw, and it's going to let you scope him with the AWP, and maybe someone will swing here because they're mollied off. If anyone ever asks for an aerial flash or antenna flash, you come to the coffin and you aim on the left side. Some people do it on the right, some people do it on the left. I always aim on the left. Sometimes, if you're new box and somebody's already here, a good thing to do is this flash. You look at this wire here, and you go up into your crosshair is aligned with this, and then you just mouse 1. So the reason this flash is really good is it pops in my view model while I'm here. So for my T, I am full white. There's nothing I can do. Obviously, if I'm really close, I'm not going to be blind, but if you know the top banana, they're setting up nades, it's really good. So next we have the A nades. There is this one way, which you come into the corner. There's a white line there, and you just mouse 1 throw. You can sometimes catch T, crossing left side. It's a free kill. So if you're a pit player, there are a few nades you need to know. One of them is this flash, where you bounce it off the door, and it, I guess, full white short. Second one is the one way. You kind of just want to aim in the middle of this underhand throw, and it's going to have a little one way for you here. So the next few nades I have is actually for the apps players. When you're here, you want to aim at this part of the door, and you just want to mouse 1. So the reason this smoke is really good, it gives you a very little one way. Maybe you've got an AWP, okay, and you can actually see maybe someone's walking up. You can kill him. So the next nade we have is the apps one way. So you line up against the wall until this doorway and that part of that doorway is touching. You want to aim to the right of it, literally just on the edge, and it's gonna bounce a few times, but it's gonna get stuck, so the T won't be able to see you because the smoke's sort of close to them, but you'll be able to see the T. So there are a couple more nades, and they're mostly for the long player. Well, they're all for the long player. And the first one is this flash. You come to this part of the wood and you aim like there, and you turn around and you peek mid, and it's going to basically full white any T that's mid. The next one is a mid molly. You come to the back of the wall and you're looking in between these two wooden bits here, and you're going to run and you're going to throw just before your crosshair goes under the roof. It's going to bounce and it's going to molly Mexico. Now you can also do it with this flash, which is what I like to do. So after you throw the molly, go back to the right, bounce off this chimney, and then I like to peek here. You can also then smoke second mid. Maybe you've got the kill. Short player can re-molly down mid, and you can go aggro. If you ever need to flash someone to peek second mid, you aim at the bottom left of this window, and you just jump throw. And that is it. That is every nade you need to know to be able to play Inferno. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. It took a long time to make.